All right, welcome back to the Norse Benchwarmers podcast. I am your host, Colton Smith, here joined again by producer Josh Northcutt and director Garrett Jordan. Fellas, we are back once again. We're going to do a quick little NFL playoff bracket before the NFL playoffs kick off. We talked a little bit about the first round in the most recent episode. We ran out of time, so we decided to make a quick little segment here to give our full predictions on the NFL playoffs. I'm just going to go ahead and remind everybody of what picks they made. I wrote them down here as we were going. And first and foremost, the Los Angeles Clippers defeat the Houston Texans to move on the next round. And then the Baltimore Ravens, Buffalo Bills, both win their games. We actually had those all across the board. Then we get to the NFC, where there is some diversity in the picks. First and foremost, the Philadelphia Eagles. Me and Garrett had them winning against the Green Bay Packers, but Josh had the Packers pulling off the upset, I suppose. And then you have the I can't type or write apparently. That's Tampa Bay. Buccaneers going up against Commanders. Me and Josh had Tampa Bay winning that because of experience. Garrett had Washington winning that game thanks to Jaden Daniels playing for LSU. And then lastly, the Los Angeles Rams. Well, we all three had them, right? All three had
Yeah.
them defeating the Minnesota Vikings. So that is what the second round looks like. So according to that, we have Josh has the Packers playing the Lions in a NFC North, another NFC North rematch. Then you also in your second game you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going up against the Rams. Correct? Yes,
Yeah.
I did the math correctly. Look at me. Um, for the AFC, Josh has the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers, and then the Ravens going up against the Bills. Actually, that is what we all have for the NFC or AFC. So moving back to the NFC, I have the Lions going up against the four-seeded Rams, and then I have the Buccaneers going up against the two-seeded Eagles. For Garrett, he has the Washington Commanders going up against the Lions, and then the Rams going up against the Eagles. So, do we want to go ahead and get the NFC out of the way since that's where we have, or maybe we should get the AFC out of the way since I think we all kind of agree on where that is going. So, let's start with the AFC, and I have talked a lot, so I'll let you guys start. Let's look at Kansas City and the Chargers. What do you think?
All right. So I obviously went on a spiel right before the show ended, joking around and drinking a little too much Kool-Aid. But I will tell you right now, I'm drinking the legit Kool-Aid. I think the Chargers will beat the Chiefs. I think beating a team three times in the same season is very, very difficult. If anybody can do it, it is Mahomes, it is Kelsey, and it is
Yep.
Andy Reid. However, I just think that the Chargers have the answers to beat the Chiefs by running the football and a star quarterback who's finding Quentin Johnson, gentlemen, is coming on very strong and looking like
Yes.
the guy they thought he was going to be. So you have him and McConkey. It's a gut feel, but I'm telling you, I think the Chargers will beat the Chiefs. So I'm sticking with it. Harbaugh will beat the Chiefs.
I don't hate that.
Um, I agree with all of your points. However, as good as the Chargers defense has been this year, I don't think they're good enough to stop Patrick Mahomes in this Chiefs
I would
offense.
just argue there isn't a defense that's going to stop Patrick Mahomes.
This is true, but I just think I think until he proves like we've always said, until he proves somebody proves me otherwise, I can't go against him, man. It's just he finds ways to win, whether it's doink field goals, black magic, I don't care what it is, he finds ways to do it.
Yeah. Give me the Chiefs here, just simply off of what Garrett said. Like with Tom Brady, I never doubted Tom Brady. I never doubt LeBron James and what he does. But I think Patrick Mahomes is absolutely in that conversation, and I think he will win against the Chargers, or the Chiefs will win against the Chargers in round two. But moving
Okay.
on, although
To echo my point from college football, since the Chiefs rested their starters this week, technically the Kansas City starters will have 2 weeks worth of No football.
Approaching 25 days since their games, which
Oh,
is
so the exact same as the
Mhm.
first round bye teams.
just saying.
I will still put my eggs in the Chiefs basket,
Because if we don't, they'll win.
but
They will. There's no doubt.
big
Harbaugh.
big butt there. The Chargers could absolutely win this game.
Big butt. That's funny. Anyways, we got the Ravens and the Bills doing 3 seed. I think this is the Bills' years personally. This could go either way, 50-50. We'll probably have some disagreements here because somebody wants the Harbaugh Bowl, and he'll probably get that. But give me the Bills here. I've been on the Josh Allen train. I predicted this MVP season off a whim, and I think we're going to have a Chiefs and Bills rematch in the AFC Championship.
Asterisk on the MVP season, but you are absolutely right. The Harbaugh season is going to happen. We are getting Jim versus John in the AFC Championship, where again, I'm just saying, maybe magic strikes, and the real MVP, Lamar Jackson, outshines Josh Allen.
Awards have not happened yet, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
When do those happen?
They officially voted this week. It's so stupid.
They officially voted this week. When do they get
It's a
revealed?
regular season award. Why is it stupid?
When do they get revealed?
Not till the night before Super Bowl.
The night. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'd say it's more stupid that they reveal it the night before the Super Bowl as opposed to they vote.
Yeah, I would like to cash my Rookie of the Year bet, so I agree with that.
No, I was gonna say it's gonna come down to who doesn't win MVP, but I guess if they don't announce MVP until the Super Bowl, it literally is just gonna be a battle of who wants MVP more. Me personally, I think that's Josh Allen because I think the MVP has evaded him for so long. I think the Bills win this game solely on the back of a very driven, very motivated Josh Allen, who is tired of having AFC Championship exits to the Chiefs.
And has been going ballistic since he engaged with Haley Steinfeld. So,
and I'm just going to throw it out there. I got the Harbaugh in the AFC Championship. And gentlemen, I'm telling you, Chargers get it done. The Chargers are going to the Super Bowl in year one. I don't understand why this is so hard to understand.
All right, so this has me. So Josh is making a biased decision, which means
I don't care.
I shouldn't make a biased decision. My bias would have me pick the Bills in this game. So I appreciate Josh making that. So I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs making it to the Super Bowl. Do I want it? Oh, wait, dude, I just realized why the Chiefs are going to make it to the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl colors are always like the colors of the teams that are playing. So I didn't even think about that. I don't know what team's going to fill in the like Saints color, but actually, yeah.
Isn't it green and yellow?
There you have it. It's green and like that gold that the
the Packers.
Okay. Garrett, what is your take? You had the Bills win that game, right?
I had Bills Chiefs, I guess, would be my AFC champ. I kind of alluded to it at the end of my Bills take, but I think this is the year that Josh Allen finally gets it done, and I think this is the year that he finally dethrones Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. I think he's 0-2, 0-3 against Mahomes, 0-3 against Mahomes in the playoffs, and I think this year he finally gets his first win. And I think
if he doesn't do it now, he may never do it. So,
you know what? I'm switching to the Bills. I don't want to.
Let's go.
I think I made a reverse bias decision. Give me the Bills to take down the Chiefs. They got red in their colors, so that still counts for the Super Bowl requirement. Give me Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, MVP.
So that being said, gentlemen, the Chiefs are winning the AFC North or winning the AFC. So
this is true.
But
let's look over at that NFC, fill that out. So, Josh, do you remember what your?
I do. I got everybody written down if need be.
Right.
We'll start with the one matchup. For me, Green Bay goes to Detroit. I'm gonna take the Lions. They just look like a team on an absolute mission. That Lions team is very, very good and very, very scary. So give me the Lions.
And what's your other matchup?
Rams and Bucks. I'm gonna go with the matchup that I predicted, joking around but being serious. I think a LA Hollywood type run is happening here, and Matt Stafford is going to get the Lions in the NFC Championship game. Let those
How
headlines
about
hit.
the
We get the Harbaugh,
storylines?
and we get Stafford going back to Detroit again in the NFC.
I
Dude,
love Josh's universe. It's too bad it's not real, but
cinema, baby.
I was
I
gonna
Cinema
say,
love,
not the
I
like,
cinema.
love Josh's
this
universe.
fantasy land is incredible. I wish I could.
Colton, you got the
Somewhere out there.
Rams. You got the Rams and Lions playing each other in this round.
Yes. So this is weird because I really am high on the Lions and I'm really high on the Rams. I don't know what way this goes. I'm going to look at what Garrett said about that perfect amount of rest. The Lions played all their starters in Week 18 to get this number one seed, and the Rams so they get that one bye week. And I think with that one bye week, that opposed to a Rams team that's probably going to have to fight very hard to beat that Vikings team, I think the Lions get the benefit of the doubt here and get that win into the NFC Championship. And then moving down to my other matchup, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. I think Tampa Bay will once again give this Eagles team a good fight. Or was it the Eagles that they fought, or was it the?
They beat them last year.
Oh, they did. Yeah. So this is a team that matches up. I forgot about that. But they'll give this Eagles team a fight and maybe even defeat them again. But I do think this Eagles team is different. It comes down to a lot of what the IR looks like that week. But I still think, give me Saquon. I'm feeling it. Give me the Lions and the Eagles in the NFC Championship.
And then Garrett, you have JD or Jalen Daniels versus the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels versus the Detroit Lions. I do think he'll get one this year. I don't think he'll get two. I think Detroit is currently in a tier above Washington as far as talent wise, and I think they're gonna play motivated because I think they want Hutch back for that Super Bowl. So I think the Lions are on a warpath right now, and I don't think there's any stopping them.
And then we got the Rams and Eagles for you.
Rams and Eagles will be tough. Um, I do think that sort of similar to how I just laid out for the Lions and the Commanders, I think the Eagles are a tier above where the Rams are. I think the Rams will put up a good fight and make it a competitive game, but I just think the Rams don't have an equalizer for Saquon Barkley.
All right, and then we get to the NFC Championship. Since you guys two are the exact same, I'll let y'all go first. You have Philly and Detroit. Garrett.
So I just said that the Rams don't have an equalizer for Saquon. Detroit does have an equalizer for Saquon in the form of Sonic and Knuckles. Those two guys together are one of the best, if not the best 1-2 punch in the NFL right now, maybe even starting to creep up into NFL history as one of the best 1-2 punches at running back. Dan Campbell has a great offensive coordinator in Ben Johnson, who you know is going to pull out all of these wacky play calls. Please let the lineman report is eligible this time. But I think the creativity and the skill that Detroit has this year and the way that they have beaten teams outside of fluky games like a Jared Goff 5 interception game, which I don't think would happen in the postseason. But I just think this Detroit team, like I said earlier, is just on a warpath and is headed for the Super Bowl. And I don't think anybody's going to get in their way.
That's the same feeling I have about this Lions team. It'll be a close game. It'll be a fun game. It'll be a great game between the Eagles and the Lions. But I think this Lions team just has that little more. You need a little more of a, I don't know, a storyline or just a little more of a something that's going for you, something that the team is fighting around. And if it's not Aiden Hutchinson, it's Dan Campbell. And just the command he has of this team, the respect he has from this team. I don't see that same respect from the Eagles. And I don't know if that's necessarily fully what that game comes down to, but that's what I feel. And I feel like they just feel like the chosen team this year. It doesn't match the colors on the Super Bowl logo, but this will be the year that it comes to an end. And I have the Bills and the Lions. God, I said it wasn't biased, but it's the most biased. It is really the two teams.
It's the Super Bowl America wants, to be honest with you.
I'm rooting for every team at the Chiefs first, and I'm rooting for the Bills and Lions second, and that's what it is this year. And here we go. I got the Bills and the Lions in the Super Bowl. Oh well, this isn't worse than my college football playoff prediction. So.
And then obviously I got Rams and Lions in the NFC Championship. And boys, I told you I was drinking the Kool-Aid, and I'm not getting off of it.
I thought you said you had something different.
I'm not. I was lying my ass off. I'm not going to be different. I'm taking Matthew Stafford, breaking the city of Detroit's heart, going into the NFC Championship game and beating that Detroit Lions
That's
team. Which,
crazy.
by the way, I just want to throw out there. I don't know if you all saw, but I legit think if the Lions get to the Super Bowl, Aiden Hutchinson is going to play. The man is
Yeah,
running in water right now after
yeah.
breaking his kneecap 2 months ago. That dude is a freak, the definition of a Michigan man. And if they make it to the Super Bowl, I'll absolutely be pulling them for them. But that being said, Matthew Stafford breaks the heart of all of Detroit, goes to the Super Bowl, and we get Hollywood written in New Orleans, Chargers, Rams, Super Bowl. And gentlemen, Harbaugh goes and wins the Super Bowl, becoming only the second coach in NFL / college football history to win the national championship and win a Super Bowl. Justin Herbert wins the Super Bowl MVP, and the world is okay. I promise you, it will be a beautiful, beautiful place. But I know this show will get canceled, and I'll never talk to you guys again. Because oh boy, the amount of Harbaugh talk I will have every episode, every episode. That being said, Harbaugh loses to the Texans this weekend, and I
I
cry.
was about to say, you're really making me want C.J. Stroud to have a career day. With all
Not
the
going to happen for that defense.
probably not.
And then you guys again have the
Bills,
Bills Lions Super Bowl, so feel free. I think Colton's already said
Do
he's
we
taking
have the exact same bracket, Garrett? No, you had Washington.
I had
over.
Washington winning.
You guys
Um,
took the chalk Final Four. It's okay. I'm just out here, living in my own universe. I like my universe.
I like your universe too, like low key, but you make it so annoying about how the universe
It's
is.
an admirable universe.
It is.
Not a great salesman.
I would take it. I
I
would
looked
take.
on your pitch.
I like my universe best. I like Josh's second, and then I hate the universe that we are going to live in, and we already know it's going to be like some stupid, I don't know, Eagles Chiefs again. Or
What would be the worst nightmare though for NFC wise? It'd be Chiefs and who? Would it?
I don't have any hatred to any of these teams in the NFC. I guess kind of the Packers, just out of like they've been good for a long time, so I don't like them. But
I would think the Eagles, honestly.
I don't got beef with
I
the
think there's
Eagles.
a few. I think there's quite a contingency of people across the country that don't like the Eagles.
Okay.
Well, yeah, no, their fans are the worst.
I feel like
we just
everyone's
got canceled in Philly, so
But anyways, in my Lions Bills championship, I am going to go with the Detroit Lions. It seems a little crazy because of all the injuries and whatnot, but if you get Aiden Hutchinson back, just having that storyline, having that beautiful, just story behind them, I think, and it just feels like Josh Allen takes that next step, but then once again, every time he takes that next step, it seems like he falls flat on his face and has to try it again. So I think in his first Super Bowl, hopefully of many, Josh Allen falls short of Jared Goff in his second Super Bowl. I knew it was at least two. I didn't know if he had snuck in a third one. Jared Goff in his second Super Bowl, he gets the job done. Bringing the Lions. I don't know why I said Detroit. Yeah, but bringing the Lions home, their first in a long ass time Super Bowl. Garrett is looking like he's about to fall asleep. Go ahead.
I think I was thinking I think it would be their first. But
If they won like a championship, it would have been like before the Super Bowl era. Is all I know.
yeah, no,
the
that
Lions would be first.
Yeah, Josh Allen is an incredible player. I mean, he is single-handedly got the Bills to where they are, in my opinion. The only problem with that is that this is a team sport, and the Lions clearly have the best team in the National Football League this year, and that is why
With all the injuries.
the Lions will win the Super Bowl.
I mean, to think
I think this year is their year.
I agree.
I think with Ben Johnson, I think if you don't get it done with Ben Johnson, he's gonna go be a head coach and win a Super Bowl somewhere else. So I think you're playing with more extra motivation. Like, we have to win a Super Bowl this year with this.
They're losing both coordinators. Aaron Glenn's going to get a job as well.
Yeah,
Whether it's
probably.
him returning to the Saints, or I think he might be the guy to get the job for the Jets because of his history there.
I thought it
Like
was
Dan Campbell already has that contingency plan in place, though. He has somebody. I mean, I could be wrong. That could just that next man up. That's been the theme with the team throughout the season. I feel like that could be the theme with the coaching staff. But yeah, I feel like even with all those injuries, seeing them win the Super Bowl would be insane. But over the past month or over the next month, we could see some players come back, and that would be huge for the
Here's
team.
what I think is possible. I think it's possible that Josh Allen will win MVP and lose the Super Bowl. Or like Josh Allen will win MVP in the Super Bowl is what I mean. Like most valuable player in the Super Bowl and lose the Super Bowl. I don't know if that's possible. Is that possible?
You lost me there. So is there anything you guys want to close up this episode with?
My point is Josh Allen will play amazing, but it won't be enough.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I understand what you meant there. Josh is out in his own little world. So, we'll go ahead and just, do you have any like closing thoughts you want to talk about the playoffs before we wrap this up?
Oh, where'd he go?
He's finding something.
Oh,
The bet is going in.
Oh my gosh.
$3.23. The area code Chargers to beat the Rams in the Super Bowl to win me $1,618. It has been placed.
We got live betting on the show. That's crazy.
we do not condone what Josh just did right there. That is what you call a problem. Moving along. Thank you all for listening. Be sure to follow us on Twitter or X at NorseBW Check us out on Apple or Spotify podcasts. Thank you both for sticking around for this playoff episode. Thank you, Bill and NKU Media Services, for all that you do making this show possible. That's all I got. We'll see you all in the next one. Peace.